Hey guys, this is day 7 and 8 of our Tokyo to Hokkaido road trip. We started off the day around 7 and had a delicious breakfast of French toast with honey, a salad, and some other side dishes. The boys and I then headed to the nearby volcanic sulfur mountains, which is the water source for the Tamagawa Onsen, as well as the Shin Tamagawa Onsen. As we walked along the Tamagawa Onsen Shizen Kenkyu Road, we were able to see the geothermal rocks up close. So the special thing about this area and these onsens is that the water that feeds into them is ranked as the most acidic in Japan at a pH level of 1.2 with an output of about 9,000 liters of water per minute. Along with a rare mildly radioactive rock called hokkaido that's only found in this area of Japan and Taiwan, and the hydrochloric acid and low levels of radium found in the spring, the surrounding onsens are touted as being very beneficial to the elderly and those with health ailments. It was a cool experience to be so up close and personal with the geological rarity in regards to the composition of the volcanic rock, as well as the chemicals and minerals in the 208-degree Fahrenheit water. The chemicals in the spring are believed to aid all kinds of health issues like muscle and nerve pain, high blood pressure, and skin and stomach problems. While I couldn't show it for obvious reasons, in the actual onsen, a majority of the different baths were diluted at varying levels because of the high acidity. Just to name a few, there was a sauna, a walking bath, a shower stream area, and even a spout where you could drink the special onsen water. Because it's sour on its own, it's advised to mix with normal water. Captured here is Obuke, the spring source. It supposedly formed as a result of the eruption of Mount Yakeyama in the year 806. To further explore the area, we found a small shrine near the spring and basked in the breeze brought on by the shade from the hot sun. Afterwards, we headed to a nearby souvenir store to buy the kids and myself a snack and see what kinds of local items they offered. As expected, they had a variety of traditional Japanese sweets and cookie sandwiches, merchandise with namahage and Akita dogs on them, dog plushies, and small towels with cute designs on them. At the entrance of the Tamagawa Onsen Hotel, guests are greeted with the sight of 2 namahage before checking in. Way back, I noticed the sign at the beginning of the trail said to be wary of bears and to make noise to keep them away. I'm glad we didn't encounter any on our way to and from the volcanic site. We stopped at the Culture Center to learn more about the area and its special properties. There was a miniature version of the mountains with landmarkers depicting fountainheads, a video that talked about the other onsens in the area, and various molecular structures of the onsen water and hokkaido. While I had to largely use Google Translate to figure out what was being said, it was still an interesting and worthwhile trip. Back at the hotel, I had miso ramen with my host dad and the boys while my host mom worked, and then watched a movie with the kids and showered at the onsen. Before long, dinner time had rolled around. Because the hotel was kind of like a rehabilitation center for the sick and elderly, there was an emphasis on very healthy food in conjunction with the healing benefits of the onsen. After dinner, I got to try bedrock bathing. After signing up for a time slot and receiving my outfit, I changed in the changing room, with which I got a locker to store my clothes, and then made myself comfortable for the next 45 minutes. Bedrock bathing, or ganban-yoku, is a type of heat therapy that involves laying on heated rocks that release far infrared waves that have healing effects on the body. In the process, you produce what is called clean sweat, which helps rid your body of toxins, boosts the immune system, metabolism, and blood flow, and accelerates collagen formation. I left feeling refreshed, relaxed, and ready for bed. The next day, we went for breakfast for the last time at the hotel, packed up our things, and then my host mom came along with the boys and I to see the volcanic site. We completed a round around the park, marveling once again at the open sulfuric spouts, and got to check out a shaded bedrock bathing spot, though you were technically allowed to bedrock bathe anywhere on the site, including near the streams of onsen water. After walking through the park, we got some kakigori, went back to the hotel to use the onsen for the last time, then packed into the car. There was a secondary viewing spot that our host dad drove to so he could witness the sulfur mountains as well. Soon enough, we left Akita and entered Aomori Prefecture, the northernmost prefecture of the Tohoku region of Japan. Aomori translates to blue forest, but can also mean green forest. As per its name, the region is best known for its lush forests and quality apples, the Nebuta summer festivals, and is one of the snowiest places on Earth, with an average of 26 feet of snowfall each year. The boys and I fell asleep as we drove through Aomori, stopping briefly at a rest stop and then at a konbini before heading to the ferry dock. Once we got there, we marveled at the bay before us, the excitement seeming to settle in deeper with the sight of the water, as the expansive land of Hokkaido was now only a few hours away by boat. We headed inside then to check out their facilities. One thing I've realized about traveling, especially during a road trip, is that a lot of time is spent checking out what unique or local items one might find in souvenir shops. These road barriers are just a small example of how Japan is able to sneak cutesy things into everyday life. We soon saw the ferry approaching and decided to head back inside for the time being while the boat was docking. Inside, along with the souvenir shop, there was a smaller version of a Nebuta festival float for the upcoming festivities and seating areas for passengers waiting to board the boat. We piled back into the RV so that we could join the rest of the vehicles to be transported across the Tsugaru Strait, the sea passage dividing mainland Japan and Hokkaido. There was an escalator that brought us up to the main deck for passengers, where we would be for the entirety of the 3.5-hour trip. This is the route that the ferry we were on would take. We were seated towards the bow of the ship with a nice view of the ocean in front of us. Once the ship got moving, my host mom and I checked out the main deck. In the central lobby, there's an information kiosk and yet another small shop with snacks and branded merchandise. There was also a seating area and various vending machines that sold all kinds of meals, like pork cutlet sandwiches, takoyaki, all different kinds of cup noodles, curry, rice, and sushi bento boxes, as well as beer and other alcoholic drinks. There was even a little game room with activities and toys for kids. While it was too dangerous to go outside at night, we peeked through a window to see how far we traveled from Aomori. I found the ladies' room to be a comforting addition, which I assumed would be for solo travelers who want extra privacy while traveling. After being woken up from my nap at around 10:30, I looked out the window to see us approaching the coast of Hakodate. We headed back downstairs and packed into the car. In an organized fashion, the crewman directed everyone out of the vehicle holding area and off the ship. After a week of traveling and sightseeing, we'd finally arrived in Hokkaido. Since we didn't eat on the boat, we decided to grab a quick bite from Moss Burger and then drove to the RV park to unpack and go to sleep. Alright, that concludes days 7 and 8 of our Tokyo to Hokkaido road trip. If you enjoyed, please like this video and subscribe to see the rest of the journey. If you had any thoughts or questions, feel free to ask away in the comments. Be sure to check out my upcoming video where we explore Hakodate's fish markets and historic shopping centers, and then head to Niseko as our journey continues. Thanks for watching!